really good commentator. Not fair.
It's
just not fair. It's just not fair.
And we might see them win today, so, you know, could be a big win for Dras for the Spanish side. We've seen Spanish get a lot of wins. MVL, Pueva.
I was going to say, it's good they're holding the home turf down, because there are a lot of... I feel like particularly right at the top there are a lot of, you know, you've also got like, you've got Bloom, you've got Chag, you've got Curry, you've got Raflo, you've got a lot of like international talent coming in to try and sort of take the crown.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, you got that home region pride. You've got to be able to defend. And we are seeing it already here, just Palutena's oppression when it comes to these aerial trades. Just 100 and not even 100. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, no defense here from the Spanish for sure.
Yeah, finally being
able to.
Did you see that though? Just being able to get like DI out of the PK fire and then reflected it. And I wonder if he's a little bit too low. Unfortunate there for Dras, not the start that you want.
Yeah, how low can you go? Not really working too well for Dras at the moment. And Echo doing a really good job of just, you know, keeping their ground. Like I said, the air-to-air is going to be really important in this matchup, right? You know, obviously Ness loves to approach from the air. And oh my god, the Fairs and Bears and the Ness are going to be coming out strong. But I feel like against Palu's back air, it can be really hard to kind of like set your own ground. You know, how can you start the game well? And the back throw, not even kidding, a 138? Yo!
I was going to say, just this is, you know, we had this conversation about how Echo was just holding it down completely in that first stock, and then Dras almost just woke up and was like, oh, right, okay, this is how I play the game again. And just borderline nearly 0 to death there. Unfortunately, not managing to close it out, and has taken over 60% in sort of compensation for it.
And I feel like this is where Ness players in general will start to get greedy, because, you know, they want to get that back throw kill, up smash, they'll be throwing out loads of moves any way they can. Luckily, Dras does get that kill. Has to work on how he can kind of catch up in the second stock.
Yeah, just about managing to get back onto stage as well. I feel like it's this early percent here, which Ness can struggle with a little bit. You've got to really get those combos. And, oh, you can see the recoil in the player cameras. That little bit of suspect DI closes that stock a lot earlier than he wanted.
Yeah, he DI'd back to his home city, honestly. I didn't really think he wanted to be in that stock. Echo, of course, is going to take that to the bank and go straight, cash out all the way to the other side of the blast zone. And we're back in.
And the Taunt as well. This is honestly, if I was Echo, I'd be shaking right now, because the fact that you can control neutral, like, this is the one thing, you know, there's been a lot, and I mean probably too much discussion about Palutena recently, but the fact that she's so good at racking up this damage and then getting these edge guards, but it's a relatively slow process. But the fact that Dras has been able to, even when being oppressed for 20, 30, 40 seconds on the bounce, just being able to get these like clutch reads is so ridiculous. However, the tempo of the set, the back and forth nature is going to go in the favor of Echo. It literally just felt like they just traded
Echo is mad. He said, you know what, that up B was just a fluke. As soon as that up B happened, he just started trapping him all in the air. You know, he was doing up air, waiting for the air dodge, back air, waiting for the air dodge, nair, you know, fair. Just really keeping Dras at the edge. And any option he picked was lost. That was oppressive.
It literally felt like they just took it in turns. It felt like, okay, Echo, okay, we flipped, okay, you won stage ban, so you can take the first stock, and then we'll carry on back and forth.
Nice.
There was no point where it felt even. It was just Echo's dominated, and now Dras has dominated, and now Echo has dominated, and that's what it just felt like all the way throughout. So it's going to be interesting to see whether that dynamic continues, or whether there is going to be this sort of, you know, the slowing down of the gameplay, trying to keep it a little more even, because at the moment, this gameplay is going lightning fast.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're seeing a direct, you know, mirroring of the start of the game one, where Echo just dominating center stage, just getting these hits again and again on Dras, and the air dodge baited out by the up air, and then just met with the back air, and Ness, poor child, he's still stuck at the ledge, finally manages to get back on and just reflects the second PK5, but then absorbs it as well. There are levels on levels going on. Great recovery. I'm surprised we didn't see that in the first game there. The fact that Ness can bounce off the walls and then redo PK Thunder, I wonder if Dras maybe just slightly underestimated it in that first stop, but learning from his mistakes, managing to get back and keeping that lease on life. Although in this situation, it's looking a little bit dicey.
Is he going to do it again? Okay.
And again, I love that tiny little stall, anticipating the down tilt at ledge and just stalling it a little bit, but that back air does not care for your timings and will take that stock at 140%. But of course, we've seen how easy it is for Palutena to rack up the damage in this matchup.
Yeah, I feel like it just seems on Dras to kind of, again, has to catch up and, you know, has to really chase Echo, and every time Echo can just stay outside of Dras's range and doing the DI out on the side B, getting the back airs, getting the Ness, and just pushing Dras to the side, either it's left or right, it doesn't really matter. It just seems like Dras is always in trouble.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is the first time that it feels like Echo has taken a lead and just held on to it. And I
missed the timing.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it was trying to go for a counter. I feel like Ness was still a little bit too close to the stage. Of course, you can intercept by getting hit deliberately, and then Ness goes half the distance. But even then, just not quite managing to get it. But when you're living to that long, it doesn't matter too much. It's better to go for that kind of read at like 150 than 50.
He wanted to get tricky with it, tried to get the magnet, just not connecting too much. Maybe they're on different opposite attractions for sure, but just can't find any connection for sure on Dras' side. The yo-yo just getting pushed out away, he doesn't even get a chance to use it. He's been doing that a lot as well, by the way. Dras putting the yo-yo on the ledge, trying to get any type of edge guard he can, but Echo doing a really good job of avoiding it.
Yeah, it's obviously really, really tempting because Palutena is going to be going to ledge 9 times out of 10. That's the 3rd time in a row that we've seen it there. Just trying to get that.
Oh my god.
But
burns the air dodge.
But just about manages to get it back, just using Palutena's drift to avoid that entire situation. Now Dras is at nearly 70% already on potentially his last stock and winner side.
Yep.
Oh, and just trying to get it there. But that's it. Right there. When you got a stock to trade, being able to intercept Ness's recovery, it doesn't matter that you got the kill, you won that battle, but you lost that war. Echo, I believe that is winner's side for tomorrow.
I think it's best of 5 to make it out.
Ooh.
Because Dras has not unplugged.
I was going to say.
Unless he's really stubborn and says, you know what, run it back, emergency set.
You think I'm finished?
Why not?
Yeah, it must. Yeah, it's got to be best of 5. I did think there was maybe like, I was like, did I miss the handshake? Was there some salt there? But no, of course, if it's best of 5, I mean, this is a real tricky spot for Dras. But the thing is that the way that he's playing, it doesn't necessarily feel as if it's Echo with a really dominant showing. It feels like Echo's baseline is just a tiny bit above Dras's.
Yeah.
But when Dras is cooking, he cooks.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's good stuff. But
it's
of
good
course,
food, honestly.
I was going to say, I would 5-star review, go there again. But in the same vein, you've got to be able to have that consistently to keep up. And I think that's the thing, is that when he's not at that high heat, it's very much, you know, Echo is the one in control.
For me, I kind of agree. For me, it seems like Echo has moments where he turns into like a top player. He just doesn't get hit for a bit. And those moments really kind of like gap the difference between these two. Because obviously there's sometimes Echo just doesn't get hit, oppresses you for a bit, and does so much damage, or if you lose a stock. So I feel like in those type of moments, Dras has to kind of like weather the storm and kind of just hang on. And to wait for his turn, like you said, the RPG in the game 1, to kind of just like make it his turn and get a win.
Yeah, we can see I love that aggression from Dras, just running under the explosive flame and then turning it into a ledge situation. And we are going to see just going for that Nair to send off stage. And
there
finally, it's working out. And a taunt as well. I feel like Dras is one of those players where he really likes to psych himself up. He's a very emotional player.
Oh,
he really gets into the swing of things. He's got a lot of passion for everything that he does when it comes to Smash Brothers. Obviously, don't know him personally, but you know, having that level of passion, that taunt to psych yourself up, it might be the thing that he needs to get himself back in.
Air dodge is in. That back air going to just give him a very nice pelt to the face. Okay, but Dras isn't going to lose any momentum, any steam. Just want to keep it going. And finally actually has a lead in this set so far.
Yeah, we're going to see whether he can hold onto it. Of course, Palutena's Nair going to beat out a lot of stuff that Ness likes to go for. But I love the fact that Dras is just holding on to this center stage, really throwing out a lot of these disjointed hitboxes, you know, some of these side magnets as well, just to keep Echo on this left-hand side of the stage.
I love
and
this.
He's not left it. The second up air, managing to get what the first one couldn't, and an up smash. That was clinical, Fabs.
Do you know, that whole sequence there from actually the start of the stock was extremely well. He was doing loads of up airs and fairs on that left platform, like you said, the disjoints, keeping him at bay. When Echo moved out the way, rolled to the right side, Dras had the answer with the up smash. You know, he had it set down. I feel like that was a great sequence to kind of capture that stock.
And we're seeing a different kind of aggressive option to get back onto ledge here. And we can see once again Dras keeping Echo at the side of the stage, trying to go all the way through with that down air, trying to solve it, trying to get it done. But unfortunately, not quite managing to work out. That stall was just met with the up air, and now things can get a little bit scary for Dras if he can't get back in that driver's seat.
Raw F smash out of nowhere, just, you know, kind of nearly breaking the shield. It's putting a lot of pressure on it, but you know, Echo trying to come back into the game might be too little too late though.
Yeah, and we can see it's Echo once again connecting those two nairs, trying to get something else started. The down tilt going the wrong way, but the forward tilt managing to get the same job done. And once again, I love that aggressive forward air from Dras, and just mistiming those down tilts. That could have been the end of the set, Fabs.
I don't know if he meant to do that with the up B. That was really smart. He avoided the down tilt twice, and DIing it again?
You can't.
Oh, you can't do that.
To do that. You
Can't do
really,
that.
really can't.
Echoed the same way he lost the first game. And it's DIing in, and that back is going to meet you every time, and it's not going to feel too good.